So as you know, we've got our VW Touran, and that's going back to the lease company in December. Just going to talk through the next stage of that process. We've had a little repair done to it after someone hit it in a car park, and going to talk through the next stage of that, and maybe what our future plans are for replacement of that car. Keep watching. So someone reversed into the Touran in a car park in Wimborne, and the guy was really nice about it, and we just basically had a chat. He gave me his contact details, and I said, look, I'll get a smart repair quote, and if you're happy with it, then we'll go ahead. He sent me the money the same night that I sent him the quote. It was only 185 quid, but it's very easy. And this guy James came out from JGA Smart Repair and did an absolutely brilliant job just on the drive. He had an awning there on top of his van, and he really did a decent job. Totally masked the car off. He flattened the paint back and blended to quite a long distance, which always gives a better finish. And honestly, the quality of the finished paint job, as you can see there, I was blown away with. So considering he did that on our drive, I thought he did a fantastic job, and really nice guy as well. He even went around the car and did some stone chips and stuff that were in other areas of the car as he had the paint mixed up. He knew it was going back at the end of the lease. And even machine polished the bonnet and the wing where we had some really light surface scratches. Did all that free of charge while he was there, just because I told him it was going back at the end of a lease. And I just think what a fantastic job and what a great service. Really nice guy, as I said, 185 quid all in, and there are his details. So yeah, strongly recommend him. Now we've just got a little stone chip on the windscreen that I might need to get sorted out, although it is out of the driver's line of sight, so I might not have to. So I'd look into that, because I'm not going to spend money on it unless I need to. It'll just be a really good valet before it goes back, to be fair, because there's only so much one man can do. I don't know if you saw the video where I'm sort of washing the car, but yeah, the video where I sort of tried to give the car a quick wash and a hoover, and it was just so filthy that I think I'm going to have to get the professionals in. So yeah, next thing is to get the car properly cleaned just before it goes back. Check that windscreen chip out. If I don't have to deal with that, I won't. And then we're sending it back. I did get a price to look at keeping the car, and I thought it'd be really good actually, but it was absolutely blooming awful. I think because second-hand car prices are so unbelievably strong at the moment, they wanted nearly 21 grand for it, and for me, for that kind of car, 21 grand is not going to happen. I think they're brilliant cars, the Tourans, and they make tons of sense. It's been a really good car for us, to be fair. They're very basic and very old-fashioned, really, when you consider that design's been around for as long as it has. I mean, I think they were around early 2000s, and it hasn't changed dramatically. So 21 grand for that kind of car doesn't appear to be good value for me. So let's have a look at what I'm considering for our next car. What do you think it's going to be? Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Only 18% of the people watching this video will be subscribers, so that means there's 80% of you that aren't subscribed. Let's change that. Please subscribe. Please click the notification bell so you're told when I release a new video. And if you'd like to pop into the video description, loads of ways you can support the channel there. Thanks a lot, guys. So it's one of these. It's not this specific one. It's just one of these that I'm considering. We want a really good car for the family car, because we tend to do most of our long journeys in it, and my kids are in it. So I want to get a really good car, and with various things going on in my sort of private life and work life and all the rest of it, I'm going to have a little bit of cash. So I'm hoping I can get this for the family car, and then another sort of fairly decent car for me, although the one for me might be a bit of a stopgap until I can qualify for some sort of salary sacrifice thing where I'm going to work. Looking at the 2 Series Grand Tourer, BMW 2 Series Grand Tourer, it's a 7-seat. So once again, we don't use the 7 seats all that often, but it does come in really handy. Usually about once a month we'll end up using 6 seats or 7 seats, so it does come in handy on a fairly regular basis. But the main thing is, when we're not using those seats, we've got a massive boot, and that's important for us because my wife leaves the house with most of it with her, And we've still got a buggy for my son, although he's not going to be in that for too much longer. And we've got a dog, and I mean, like the amount of times we go out and the boot of the car, even though it's massive, is absolutely full, and it does make sense for us to have something like this. So the 2 Series I particularly like. As I said, maybe not this example, but it does appear to be a reasonable one, in fairness. Running costs on it, you're looking at 155 quid a year tax on this particular one. There is I think the 220 is only 30 quid. I could be wrong. And then combined MPG is 62.8. 4-cylinder diesel engine, 9.5 to 60, which is plenty in a family cruiser, isn't it? 148 horsepower, 16 valves. And they're quite nice inside. It's fairly sort of standard BMW inside. Those wheels are quite nice, but they don't look big enough to me to fill up those arches. But see what I mean? Actually, maybe I'm being harsh. So yeah, there's the rear seats pop up in the back, much like they do in the Touran. You would obviously not have the parcel shelf still installed if you had 2 kids in the back, I would hope. You've got the little tray tables. It's all very, very similar to the Touran, in fairness. I think the Touran's got a better middle seat than this from the pictures. It looks like the middle seat in this BMW is maybe like a 3/4 size seat, where in the Touran it's a full size seat. That's not a massive issue for us. And yeah, this is the SE spec, so this is the bottom spec. And it may be that I get an M Sport or a luxury spec or a Sport or something, just to give it a few more bells and whistles, shall we say. I'm going to go for the automatic. There you go. I think they're quite nice cars. I mean, obviously they're not the most amazing looking BMW you're ever going to find, because it's a 7-seat people carrier, but I don't think they're horrendous looking things for what they are. I mean, they all look much for muchness, really, don't they? This one's got full service history. It's ULEZ compliant, which is important to me in the family car, because when we buy this family car, we're probably going to have it for donkey's years, because I'm not going to have that kind of money again in a hurry to buy something else. Probably just going to get it and run it into the ground. I don't particularly want to lease a family car at this point in time, simply because it gets abused so much, and I don't want the stress of knowing that we're abusing something that we don't own. So I think for the family car, we're just going to buy it, and that's that. Possibly in a few years, when we no longer need such a big car, I'll just lease a hatchback or something, or a small estate car or something like that. But at the moment, it's useful to have the 7 seats occasionally, and it's really useful to have that ginormous boot. So I think this is the way we're going to go, but I'm not 100% on it yet. There's still an outside chance I might just ditch the extra 2 seats and get an estate car or an SUV or something. But I think this is the current sort of leader in the clubhouse. So what do you think, guys? Am I making a good choice there? Does anybody watching this have any experience of the 2 Series Grand Tourer? What do you think of it? If so, which engine did you go for? I'd love to hear from some people that watch the channel that actually have some advice for me. So that would be great. Please let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed it. Just a quick, slightly different video today. And keep watching for more of the same. Thanks.